Let's go ahead. Welcome, everybody. Today is Thursday, April 23rd, 2026. It is 6:30 p.m. and I am calling to order this meeting of the Board of Intermediate District 287. I forgot to ask anybody to read the mission. Who wants to read the mission? He's got it. Kim's going to read our mission and then start our board member introductions. Thanks, Kim.
The mission of Intermediate District 287 is to be the premier provider of innovative specialized services to ensure that each member district can meet the unique learning needs of its students. And I'm Kim Ross, representing Eden Prairie.
Keith Tate, Osseo Area Schools.
Leslie Locke, Ordo Schools.
Rich Beck, Brooklyn Center. Ryan Roth, West Tonka Public Schools. Ken Liss, Richfield.
Hi, everybody. Shannon Andreessen, Hopkins Public Schools.
And Casey, proudly representing St. Louis Park.
Dan Chanstra, Wayzata Public Schools.
And I know we're missing Mike Remicall and we are missing Caroline. So Rich, if you are feeling too far out there, you can definitely switch. to
I'm used to being in that.
All right. Next on our agenda is the approval of the general meeting agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Shannon. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Keith. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Votes aye, and the agenda is approved. I don't believe we have anyone here, but we have anyone here besides the usual suspects. Right, okay. And then we have our consent agenda containing routine business items. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Kim, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brian. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye and the consent agenda is approved. We don't have any share that successive recognition, so this is gonna be a bummer.
We only once a month.
It's just us.
Once a month we do it.
No special guests
Yeah, no
tonight.
special guests.
But we had a fun one at our first meeting in April. So we don't have anything on our superintendent's report tonight. We don't want to throw in, okay? No instructional report, and then we have a few items under business services and labor relations. And so for the first item, the approval of the routine monthly finance report, we have Todd Page.
Perfect. Madam Chair, board members, Superintendent Dowd, thanks for letting me be here to present tonight. I did see the agenda and saw there wasn't tons on it, so I think the pressure's on me for us to be able to get out of here. So this won't be a long one. So, all right. Well, as you guys recall last time when I did these quarterly reports, these reports come to the board each month. You guys see these in the consent agenda, but on a quarterly basis, we bring this report to the board for an opportunity to ask any questions and just to go over it. So tonight we'll be going over the third quarter of our fiscal year. So that'll be through March 2026. All right. So this slide gives us an idea of where we're at revenue and expenditure wise. It shows us the overall dollar totals and what percentages of the budget we are through March. So we'll look at the comparison. Also on there on the bottom, it says that compared to 2 prior years, just so we always have that comparison so we know how we're trending. So we'll look at revenue first. As you can see, we're slightly below the prior 2 years on revenue for this time period. However, it's very close in line with last fiscal year, which was at 62.8%. And then FY24 was at 65.2. So obviously this is an important metric, but it is not the same as your member districts. And I know I've explained this when we've gone through the budget stuff, but our revenue is not, the high percentage doesn't come in as metered payments, right? It's a lot of the billing, so it can impact greatly depending on when those are receipted and when they come in. So and we will kind of dig into that a little bit more once we get into the cash flow. And then looking at expenditures, you can see we're right in line with last year for sure, and then slightly above 2 years ago. But last year we were exactly at 64.4%. So we're trending right on with last year compared to budget, which is fantastic. I should have mentioned if you have any questions during it, just feel free to interrupt. So definitely don't have to wait till the end. Investments, as you can see here, we're sitting at just over 20 million in our regular investments. as you probably saw in the investments document in your board packet, our investments still range in that 3.5% to just north of 4%, depending on when the investments were made. Of course, like the older ones, higher interest rate, we all know where rates have gone, so. And then obviously for just future stuff that we have sitting out there, just the stuff that we get from Mizloff and PMA, PFM, it's kind of ranging, really what's sitting in like our max and everything isn't too far off from like once we tie it up for 6 months or 12 months. So there's not a whole lot of variation right now. And you can see the LTFM construction, that investment account is sitting at just over $1 million, and we'll continue to see that decrease obviously as we wind down that project, and we're projected to be through that project in FY 27. This slide just gives us a visual depiction of what cash flow looks like through March. So we're kind of looking at the green one. That's the one we're paying attention to. So this kind of just highlights what I talked about, even with our revenues and when we were receiving dollars. So last month, we were trending behind the prior 2 years. You can see that on the graph. And then all of a sudden, you'll see in a couple slides or a slide, we received over $9 million in March, which then we caught right back up cash flow wise. So it just shows the variability and the difference with the timing and all of that. But as of right now, we're sitting in a really good cash position through the end of March. Disbursements and receipts. So this is just what went out and what came in. So nothing really to highlight here besides what I just mentioned. We have our normal payroll that comes in and out, nothing too crazy out of there. And then the accounts payable that can fluctuate when depending on what bills come in. But the receipts, like I mentioned, this was higher than it was last year at this time frame, but you can't really use that as a metric. So this is what kind of pushed us up. Big driver behind that was just the meter payments that we get from your member districts right on that monthly basis from the pre-bill. A lot of other receipts. We had some MA come in. We had about $4.6 million in aid from MDE and various things. So it was some nice cash flow, but even our metered payments from the state for our special education differ pretty significantly even from your member districts. So. All right. Finally, we'll look at the ADMs through March, and this compares to last year at this time period. It doesn't compare to what was budgeted. It compares just year to year comparison. So I won't go through each of them, but I'll highlight a few. So as you can see, we're up 100 and over 120 with NSO. And we're slightly down with care and treatment, which I think was expected. And the same with ALC slightly. So, and then we're up about 40 compared to last year with career and tech, and then up just slightly in special education. All right, that might have been record for me. Any questions from the board members?
So are we kind of at our peak right now in terms of ADM for the year?
Yeah.
You expect more referrals?
Yes.
Okay.
So we have, some in, yes,
Okay.
everybody that was on a team, that place.
Okay,
And so we really are, we're ready for the next group.
okay.
They don't really stop. And we're also preparing for those next group.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I noticed, interesting place to put the might have like CDs and everything. Maybe it's $250,000, maybe it's. Some of those interest rates for like.
Yep.
Is that long lasting or is that gonna take?
Oh, that's definitely gonna taper off. Those are ones that were done probably when Brian was here, when we had that higher interest rate environment. So yeah, no, I tried to say, actually, we meant to put more in there. That's a joke. But no, so yeah, those will kind of taper down and it just fluctuates with where things are sitting. So great question.
Vote on that. Okay, so this is an action item. Is there a motion to approve the monthly finance report as presented? Moved by Brian. Is there a second? Second by Dan. I heard Dan first, so that's good. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Chair votes aye. The report is approved. And Scott, I understand this is your last meeting with us here in the boardroom. And we just wanted to say thank you for everything. You've done an awesome job and educating us as board members and also just being fun. So we appreciate that, everything that you do for us in your time here in 287. And I won't put you on the spot to make you say anything, but if you want to, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, I just want to say I appreciated the opportunity to be here. It's a great team. It's a great environment. So I obviously life happens. So, but I really appreciated the opportunity to get to be at 287 for the time that I was. So thank you very much.
We very much appreciate you and understand that life happens and want you to do the best thing for your life. So we wish you the best.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right, now we have under our human resources report, several items, and we're gonna have Dr. Witherspoon, our Director of Human Resources.
Well, good evening. I'm here tonight seeking approval of 3 resolutions. They're annual resolutions that I'm sure you've either done in your district recently or will be shortly. So they're the resolutions terminating and non-renewing of our teachers and non-licensed staff. So the first resolution is for probationary teacher contract for probationary teachers. And I don't know if you are going to read the resolution or
We
waive.
typically waive the reading, so when we, yes, so we take a motion, we'll, a motion. to waive it. But do you wanna? Is there any stage setting you need to do? Or
Just that every
okay.
year it's an annual report, annual process that we do. And so these are probationary teachers. Some of them may be rehired after, but
Right, right, and there may be people who have not done this in their district.
Yep,
before, so
I'll explain
there's a chance.
each process when we,
About this, yeah, it's not our favorite.
It's not.
Board members, it's probably the worst little thing we have to do, but as we said, it is, we do expect to rehire some people, it's not complicated. So, and these 3 will all kind of be.
Are we approving?
We could do them all at once, could we, or?
It's a roll.
that's a roll call.
Oh, we
Yeah.
gotta do roll call. Yeah, okay, so for the licensed non-criminal resolution, I'll take a motion to waive the reading and approve the resolution.
So moved.
Moved by Rich. Third second.
Second.
Brian, second. Any further questions or discussion on this? Okay, let's call the roll.
So I did just want to say quickly that this is relatively routine. All school districts do this. We don't like it, but it is just kind of the nature of how the budget cycle works. So. I will now call. Shannon Andreessen, I. Michael Bergman is absent, and Casey.
Aye.
Dan Genestra,
Aye.
Kenneth Liss,
Aye.
Leslie Locke,
Aye.
Brian Roth.
Aye.
Kim Ross,
Aye.
Keith Tate.
Aye.
Richard Zeck.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
And the second resolution is for probationary non-licensed employees. So those are primarily our ESPs. I believe there's one deafblind intervener in the list.
Questions on that? So I will motion to waive the reading and accept the resolution on the non-licensed employee non-renewal. So moved by Kim, is there a second? Second by Keith. Any further discussion? Okay, so let's call the roll.
Shannon Andreessen, I. Ann Casey.
Aye.
Dan Genestra. Kenneth Liss,
Aye.
Leslie Locke,
Aye.
Brian Roth.
Aye.
Kim Ross,
Aye.
Keith Tate.
Aye.
Richard Zeck.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
And then last, the resolution is related to temporary license positions. And I did want to just explain, much like in your other districts, but it seems to be a little bit more prevalent in District 287. This has to do with the tiered licensing system through PELSB. And so we have a lot of tier 1 teachers that have to be released at the end of the year. And tier 1 teachers are those with a bachelor's degree that can get approval through PELSB to teach for 1 year. So we'll, some of those, if they can get a tier 1 license again, will be renewed again or rehired. And then our tier twos and then out of your field placements. So it's a licensure issue.
I did have a question. Is this something that we have to do?
It is.
Thanks.
You know, tier ones, you only get them 3 times.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there might be some people that are on their third time. There's opportunities to apply for a tier two, enter a program towards licensure, and you could apply for a tier two. Yeah. And you can't hire a tier four teacher if they're, I'm sorry, you can't hire a tier one teacher if there's a tier four teacher that has applied for a position. So it allows us to post positions and start filling them.
A lot of these 3 are sort of about managing that. But just the overall size of the budget going into the year so that we can be flexible when we need to. Based on enrollment and it shows up all that year.
Yep.
Okay. I will take the motion to waive the reading of the resolution and approve the resolution on temporary license to 1, 2, and out of field positions as presented. Like Jan, second by Shannon.
Shannon Andreessen, I. Ann Casey. Aye. Dan Janestra. Kenneth List.
Aye.
Leslie Locke. Aye. Caroline, no, sorry. Brian Roth.
Aye.
Kim Ross.
Aye.
Keith Tate.
Aye.
Richard. Zepp. Thank you. The ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Okay. Have a couple of items on your board business. Ooh, like flying. Thanks, Scott. That's a gift on your last, let's see, I don't really have anything except the AMSD Connections is attached to the board book again. The next meeting for AMSD is next Friday. I haven't looked at the agenda. Do you know what's
I
next?
haven't
I haven't
either.
looked. Did the day at the Capitol happen since our last meeting?
Yes.
It did, yes, okay, it was, must have been right after.
Monday.
So we had a week ago Monday, the day at the Capitol, and I saw a lot of 287 supporters there, and so, it was, I think as everyone kind of expected, a frustrating day, in a frustrating session, but, it was nice to see folks and, there were just a lot of supporters of public education there. So it's always good to see and for the legislators to see that. And there were a lot of kids there, which was really fun. A bunch of districts had students there, including our new, in St. Louis Park, our new, student board reps who we just started that program and we got new student board reps in this school year. One of my last things, on that board was to interview them and select our student board reps. So they were there. And they did get ice cream with Representative Kraft.
Yeah.
So, next week, the Permanent School Fund Task Force reports and Representative Lawrence and Representative Perry, I don't know how you say her name.
Rutrower.
Rutrower? Oh, okay. So that'll be good. Next week. Tuesday, May 14th, so that is our next meeting. The retirement celebration is gonna be here starting at 4:45. And everyone is invited, and please come if you can. It's upstairs in room 318. I will be at the retirement celebration, but then I have to depart for a senior year band concert, very important. And so Vice Chair Janestra is gonna be chairing that meeting, in my absence. The last Get on the Bus of the year was held last week, and then the last 2209 school board lunch was held this Tuesday. And if anyone who was at either of those wants to just give any highlights, Ken, you want to talk about the Get on the Bus? We weren't on the bus, unfortunately.
We went and saw the itinerant group who, they aren't connected to any specific school. They're connected to everybody. I learned a lot. I know how to write my name in Braille. And it's just amazing how the technology and how much they actually help these kids. I mean, there's little pockets of these students that you never think about until you have to. And we have people who take care of them. And it was very well done, very interesting. And I think those Braille machines are probably from the fifties.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
there's no, it's kind of cool. So
It has a
very
hands-on-
very knowledgeable staff and friendly.
Yeah, really some good conversation around accessibility and the, like proactive things we need to do. For accessibility and not being reactive on, in all kinds of different ways. So I thought that was a really good takeaway for me. And I also really enjoyed the Braille machines, but also I got to use one of the, what is the eye gaze, yes, to play a little game where I was using my eyes to like look at stars and blow them up, which was really cool. So I wasn't that great at it. Don't know. I need practice, yes. And the 2209, that was earlier this week. We have a newly elected president of 2209. She'll start on July 1st, and her name is Michelle Seeger. Some of you might have seen her she's been at a bunch of the 2209 lunches we've had recently. She's been involved in iTrack.
Yep.
And has been on the negotiating team for 2209 for a while, right?
2 years.
Yeah, a couple years. Yeah, so, she's gonna be great, and she, I think the kind of just consensus was that this negotiation cycle went really well, and that people are feeling very good about the relationship between administration and the bargaining unit, so, that was really good to hear. It was a nice meeting.
It was very much.
Okay, I don't think I have do I have any other board business I'm forgetting? Okay, I know there are there's big news around the table, so we'll do once around the table and hear everybody's good news. Who wants to start? Go for it.
I'm gonna go
You got a big number, you got a big number.
Well, thank you so much to our Wayzata Public Schools community for approving the largest referendum in state history. We are very grateful for everyone's work to get the 3 questions across the finish line. Renewable technology levy, a building bond, build a new elementary school, middle school, add on to our high school. And then internal improvements across our school district, like kitchens for the schools that don't have them, and then re-upping and expanding upon our specially designed classrooms, for example. And then we'll be adding a swimming pool onto our high school. So we're very excited, very thankful. We had a remarkable vote yes committee who did everything to get people to vote yes. So our outstanding communications department led by Amy Parnell did a great job. Amy Guys, our district administrative assistant and election clerk, was up many hours making sure that folks were getting through those lines. And we had Trevor, our executive director of finance, doing a lot of the numbers and then being right there on election night. So just really a community coming together. We had 8,020 voters pretty regularly for a 16% turnout rate, which in April of a
Wow.
off election
Awesome.
year is, I think, very impressive. So thank you to everyone who shared in the conversations at doors and out in the community. We learned a lot, and I think we'll do a lot of good for our students in the next few years. So
Well, congratulations on that being just done a referendum. I know how much work it is. And we have exciting news. As most of you know, our current superintendent, Dr. Mary Perry Reed, is retiring and or leaving the district. And we completed our search and did our final interviews, and the board deliberated and came to a decision on our top finalist, which is Dr. Michael Thomas from Prior Lake Savage. We are thrilled. He accepted, and now we're just in negotiations, so I can't say we've hired him yet until we sign that contract, but we are thinking it's going to go smoothly. He has shown a deep dedication to the district, and something that not a lot of people know, but he brought it up in both his interviews, is that he was one of the 2 finalists last time we went for superintendent with our current superintendent, Dr. Mary Perry Reed. So he has held on to his desire to work in Hopkins, and I think showed great strength of character to come back and go through the process again. And so I'm thrilled. It was a unanimous vote of the board, so full support from the district and really excited to see how we go through the transition. Thank you.
Anybody else have any news that doesn't have to be that, that big?
Exciting.
Hard act to follow.
Right?
Yeah, right?
Like, yeah, we hired somebody, but.
Well, intermediate school district, northeast suburban, some of you were on it, we're hiring a new executive director. So if you know of anybody, have them apply. So we're going through that. I'm gonna give you 3 personal ones. In September, I'll become a grandpa for the 3rd time. And I live 6 blocks away from them.
Oh, wow.
I'm in the perfect spot in the world. My son, who graduated from Ann Bremer, is giving a keynote address at a gala on Saturday night. So big deal. So he's gonna be doing that. And then Wednesday, my eldest son will be getting a commendation from the Minneapolis Police Department, because he and his recruit were the first police officers on site at Annunciation.
Mm.
So he'll get an accommodation that day. So a bittersweet day. But I'm proud of him. I'm the dad of a hero.
Really, I don't think anybody can top that. Anyone has anything else to say? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
By Shannon, I'll second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Everyone said we are adjourned at 6:56.
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, yeah. Might be light out.
Right?
Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch Timberwolves, so
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
off I go.
Yeah.